Okay, we're all here together playing Spirit of 77. Um, as I've told everyone here, that this is a game where it's a whole lot like making a movie in 1977. And I want to talk a little bit about content for our game because there are some problematic things about movies in 1977. There are blaxploitation movies. There are some pretty heavy stereotypes used across a lot of races. There is misogyny. What I think is really neat about the time, though, is that it sort of gets turned on its head. While this is, while there's the kind of image of, say, a blaxploitation movie, Shaft and Jackie Brown and these sort of people are the coolest of cool people. Bruce Lee is the most awesome human being to ever walk the earth, sort of things. So while these stereotypes and tropes are kind of a part of the game, I think it's important to always remember they're empowering. So as long as you're thinking along the lines of these, I can go out there and be this fly sucker or whatever, go out there and be the full martial artist. The point is that they are being empowered by this moment, and the world changes because of these great heroes that rise from it. So go into it feeling like you're free to play the character you want, because I know all of you, we're all respectful people, so we're coming into it with a positive. So let's think of it in that way. But as far as content goes, I never have sexual assault in my games. Just don't think that's going to help our story. I don't tend to have on-screen violence to children. I have things where children may be endangered or they may be, a kidnapping, but I'm not going to have on-screen abuse of children. Is there anything else people kind of have that, where it's going to draw a line for fun? All right. We're also going to be using the X card. Most of us are familiar with it. If there's anything that, like I say, hits that point where this isn't fun, give me that. If something is bothering you, something seems like it's too, just getting into a bad place, do it. I may ask for clarification, but we'll go back and we'll reframe that and move forward. There's no, feel free to do it. It is perfectly fine. And it's here so that we all can have the most fun possible. So I suppose the best thing for us to do now is to get these characters all set up. I want to tell us a little bit about what's going on and what our movie's about. Angel is this beautiful girl. She's known everywhere. All the bars, all the parties, no difference what part of society you go to. Everybody's met Angel. She's sweet, kind. She helps the homeless. She is known for taking in strays. Along with that, she has the very best drugs. She always knows the very best musicians. She's slept with the coolest people. She is a real free spirit. Everybody knows her. Each of you has something that she's done for you or that has connected you to her or that really makes you love this girl. And here in the last week, she's disappeared. And it's unusual for you to have not heard from her at all. And when you're listening around, no one's heard from her either. You're all aware that she, like I say, deals drugs, but it's not like the Fuzz picked her up. Even the Fuzz likes Angel. So there's our movie as we're going off to see what's happened to our friend Angel. There are a couple of mechanics worth talking about. Through this game, we'll have the Fuzz on top of you. The man will hassle you. As you do things, because this is an action-y sort of movie, as you do things, police may start taking notice, and we'll start building up some heat. I'll tell you as this happens, but usually what occurs then is you get hassled more. They see you on site eventually where they're starting to track you down and that sort of thing. But we'll address that as it comes up. From there, why don't? How are we looking? Has everybody got a feeling that they have got their character up there in the keeper and set?
I'm still working on it just a little bit, like the stats.
That's fine.
Same.
Well, then why don't we
Still working on
start
it,
and have folks introduce while you're kind of finishing up your bits.
There it is. Found it.
Yeah, I think I will use a roll for your party. So, Rich, why don't you introduce your character to us and tell us about him?
I would be happy to introduce you to Lee. Lee is a glam rocker. Lee is a heartbreaker. Lee believes all of his own hype. He can be mesmerizing. He looks fabulous. He can dedicate songs to people and get to know them really well. He's a pretty handsome fellow, very smooth. Got a lot of soul. Not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
All right. That sounds wonderful. Pat, would you like to introduce your character to us?
Sure. I'm playing Freddie, the Vietnam War vet, hardened by war. Did 2 tours over there. Fought his ass off the first tour. Second tour, lost his whole squad, but he survived. And when he came back, he was all of a sudden called a coward, since he was the only one left that survived. And I think in his own heart, he calls himself a coward. He thinks he should have died over there with his squad. But then he came back home and saw all the bullshit that was going on in the streets, and decided that in order to make some recompense on what happened over in Vietnam, he's taking the law into his own hands.
Excellent. Excellent. James, introduce your character for us.
Okay, so far I've got Mitch, who's an ex-con, although I would say current con. He's fresh out of prison and is living like life is the opportunities you get in the space between arrests. And so you just want to live to the fullest. And he likes to get laid and get high and fuck shit up. And that is his life philosophy, is to pack as much of that into the time he has left before he knows inevitably he's going back in. And he is a driver, which I'm still trying to figure out what the good old boy thing is all about. I'm still reading over that.
Gotcha. Take a look over that and your story. Pick your what? Did you pick a story yet?
Let's see. Is that the ex-con? Is that what the story is?
Yes, your story is your ex-con. Yes.
So I've got good old boy and I've got ex-con.
Okay. And yeah, with the good old boy, it does tend to be, you'll have your vehicles. A lot of what you do is awesome in the vehicles, so you're going to want to keep yourself handling your cars and stuff. And there's a lot of opportunities to hop in another one. It still works, even if it's not one of yours. Your special cars, though, are really primo.
Cool.
All right. And
I've got
Charles,
a
how are we
picture I want to add. Oh, go ahead.
Huh?
Sorry.
All right. Charles, how are you looking on yours right now?
I was looking at the Buzz, where the kind of guide or inspirations for those are. Step 3, list in the character chapter.
Your Buzz, if you look down there, I believe it's in data, isn't it? Yes. Is that right? Yeah. If you look at data at the bottom of the character keeper.
Oh, I got it.
It's choose a motivation. That's your Buzzes.
New experiences sounds like, yeah, the way that we go with this. Yeah, there's a lot here. Holy cow. Wow. Great job. Data entry. Holy cow. All right. Awesome. Yeah, I'm as soon as I saw the Gonzo journalist, I was like, yeah, we're going with a Hunter S. Thompson type character. His name is Otto, and he's as I mentioned the Gonzo journalist who has in his quest for awesome drugs and new experiences has come across some X tech, and so he gets to work with weird stuff and has a strange resistance to it. So he has to take sort of ridiculous amounts to get high, basically.
Gotcha.
I think his thing might be money, or just the drugs to have around.
I love the things. Those are some of the best part of the game. All right. So you're going to take on extra money, you're thinking.
Yeah, and I chose Gremlin as the X Tech thing, and I was having trouble deciding on the journalist thing. I sort of wanted to see where people were going and the type of game that we were going, because that he can do a lot of cool stuff, potentially, like reducing heat.
Cool.
So I don't really know if I wanted to take that one, but if heat seems like a thing, I think I could probably go with that one for now.
I wouldn't worry about it. Like if it's something that appeals to you, there'll probably be more opportunities. If you choose not to take it, I probably won't use it as much.
Okay. Yeah. I also kind of like having some resources for knowledge, which it looks like folks might not quite have, which I could with the editorial assistance. So yeah.
Okay.
I've got to choose now. I think I'll go with that one. Just looking around at the group.
All right. We've got a well-rounded party, it looks like. To just get out there, as a quick question, everyone, we have a kind of broad scope of what we're looking at here. So do we want our tone to be, just kind of decide between us? Are we wanting to go a little gonzo? Do we want it to be kind of lighthearted? Would we like it super actiony? Or do we want it to be deep and gritty?
Well, I'm sure my character would love it to be gritty, considering like I had a whole Bronson vibe when I was thinking of my character.
Okay. We can certainly make sure there's grittiness to it. Anybody else have thoughts on stuff they might want?
I'd like to, maybe veto might be too strong of a word, but I'm not super into the idea of it going gonzo. I think that we can be lighthearted and gritty and kind of bounce between those two tones. But once you go gonzo, it's hard to come back. I
agree with you there, especially if we're going to have some gritty elements to it, then probably having gonzo in there is pushing out. Does it sound good that we'll have that kind of, not quite the full Dirty Harry? We'll still have a little bit of lightness that comes out, but we're still going to do that street level sort of grit. Sound good?
Sure. Can somebody give me like the 10-cent version of what gonzo means in this context?
Gonzo tends to,
right?
Yeah, it's where you get silly. Is a good, probably the best description I would have. So people have different opinions, but it's where you're just getting wacky, and it's all it's played for is the laughs.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, you chuck
not like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but
yeah, no. I wouldn't consider that. Yeah, it's gonzo. I hate the term gonzo because everybody pretends they know what it means, but then every time you ask someone, they always have a different answer. To me, gonzo is I will sacrifice my sense of a character being an actual individual to set up gags, and whatever bad things happen is perfectly fine as long as everybody's having fun. Like there are no emotional repercussions for things. That's what I think. That's the part of gonzo that I don't like, personally.
Cool.
Yeah. It just gets out there. It just gets, like I say, I consider it silly. It's where you're just getting so wacky. So we're going to try and steer away from that. Little bit of humor, but at the same time, we're kind of doing street level, so fairly serious. And well, with that, I think our best thing to do is to decide what our hooks are. Remember up there on the chat in here, I have that for your gear that you start with, because you won't find that anywhere else, I don't think, easily. So some of you will have some choices, but that's a list of what you start with. These hooks, if you'll pull those up, we're going to be asking one question down the line, and then we'll come back up with a second question, and then I'll ask each of you a question for Angel. So, would we like to, Charles, you feel like taking the hook question first, buddy?
Holy cow, I haven't even taken a look.
Well, then I could start at the other end. Rich, would you like to?
Let's see. I think that there's some natural synergy with Lee in following a rocker, because we're also sort of both soul and smooth, so we would probably get along a bit there, and so the one about following him around is going to lead me to the story of a lifetime.
Nice. I like that.
Well, and that's sort of the same as good or bad blank is a headline waiting to happen. Like, you know, this rocker is going to do something, and I'm going to be there, probably on drugs, to write about it. It'll be awesome.
Is that good with you, Rich?
That is great with me, and it helps me make my second move choice. So, perfect.
Cool. James, would you like to put a hook out there?
Yeah, for sure. I can just pick one off the list and
Yep,
see how that
off of
goes?
your list, and suggest somebody that you think could take it, or some you could leave it up there and see if somebody wants to grab. But it's probably best in this one, reach out and grab somebody.
Let's see. I'm gonna say that I don't know how we're gonna work this out, but if it's all right, I'm gonna say who's controlling Freddy. That I got a hook called "Blank is like family to me," and I think maybe that's you. Maybe after you came back from Nam and I got out of the joint, we kind of but I'm not sure what yet.
Yeah, that works out.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Do you have ideas about maybe what it was, what our thing was?
Well, maybe we were friends before we went, and like maybe it was before you got into the whole "you're in trouble all the time" thing, and then I came back and I'm different from War, and you're different because you're a con, but we're still friends.
All right, so we just go way back. We grew up together.
That's nice.
Okay.
That's prima. All right. Pat, would you like to put a hook out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to say that, let's see. I almost want to say that Otto is my best ally in my efforts. For some reason, his investigation and thrill for adventure is like the best to lead me to finding the bad guys I want to kill. If he's good with that.
Sure.
Okay. So some of these stories that Otto's been putting out, Freddy has, kind of followed along behind him, and you're a journalist who's exposing the awful scumbags of city that we live in, and there's Freddy behind you righting the wrongs. Excellent. That's super cool. Okay. Rich, one for Lee.
Well, I gotta say, man, that Mitch, he's a good old boy. All the phonies that I meet all across downtown, at least he keeps me grounded, man. Yeah.
I love it. It's awesome.
All right. Well, that sounds cool. So y'all hang out. Y'all kind of
I don't know, man. I've got a lot of groupies. I don't know if he has time for me. Mitch, do you have time for me? How do you keep me grounded, man?
I mean, I assume we can get loaded together, and I assume that like I don't have time for bullshit. Your fucking rock and roller life is not interesting to me. And whatever fame that you got off of that, like I'm there for the tale that shows up in, backstage, but the whole like music scene that you're into and the whole like rich and famous stuff is like a world apart from me. So
sure, it is. It is now. It's okay. You just got to meet the right girl or guy, whatever. I don't judge.
maybe like if you get a head full of rock star, I kind of take you down a peg.
That's good.
Something like that.
I will always have a head full of rock star, man.
Yeah, well, you'll always be a little bit full of shit then, right?
Oh, I love you, man. You're the best, Mitch.
Awesome. All right. Charles, let's have another one for Otto.
Ooh, technical stuff. Reload. I liked the something not so warm and fuzzy. One of my stories unfairly accused someone. I need to set the story straight. I think since I've got a friendly thing going with Freddie and Lee, Mitch is my useful link there. And considering he's an ex-con, having some kind of negative, unfairly accused story might be pretty natural, I think.
Okay.
Maybe it was like the story that that you were arrested for, maybe for longer than you should have been. I don't know.
What you think of that, Mitch?
Yeah. So that targets Mitch.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we're not happy about that.
Does Mitch,
I mean, I like the move you're making, but Mitch is like,
okay. Okay.
does Mitch know that you wrote the story? I mean, is he well aware it's you?
I mean, it has my byline. Of course, it would. Like,
Okay.
I may not recognize your face though, right? I might just know there's this guy out there, this Otto dude.
okay, yeah, we can play it like
Right.
that. Sure. I guess if you want to.
Or I don't know.
Because eventually my identity will come to be. So it.
Right. That's going to be a moment, I think.
Okay.
Cool. All right then. So Mitch, throw out another hook. You're muted.
Sorry, I'm not saying anything productive yet. Anyway.
Okay.
Let's see. Hey, Blank owes me for a little job I did for them. I'm gonna go. Wow, that'd be weird if it was Otto, and I like don't know yet. You want to try that? Is that too weird? Be a rock star. I did some crime for one of y'all. I think I'm not sure how the Otto thing's gonna play out yet. So let's say with Lee, I did some dirt for you, and you owe me big.
Oh yeah,
Nature of the
man.
dirt. Yeah.
Some dirt. Wow.
Like I don't know. You had some people following you, trying to harm you, and I made sure they didn't come around anymore.
Really, it means a lot to me, man. That's why I like to keep you around. You keep it real and you keep me safe. You're like a good luck charm. Like rubbing your head.
Just remember what I did for you. That's all.
I'll never forget that.
Excellent. All right. Well, then I suppose Freddie, time to throw out a hook.
Sort of having trouble with this one.
Okay.
I'd like to do something with Lee to kind of tie us. For some reason, I want to think that Lee only understands what I'm trying to do. Like I can imagine, like what I'm thinking of is like Otto and Mitch know what I do. Like I go out and kill bad guys, but maybe they don't necessarily agree with it. You know, maybe maybe Mitch thinks, hey, these guys are just out there hustling, trying to, they're trying to make a living, they're just trying to earn their way. Why are you out here killing these people? And I don't know, maybe Otto would have a reason to reject my vigilante ways. Maybe for some weird reason, Lee's like okay with that. Sure, whatever, man.
Man, I'm more than okay. I'm writing a concept album about you, Freddie.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Lee. You don't have to do all that though, man.
No, it's good. It's good. It's symbiosis, man, because you go out there and you do it, and I'm like the bard who sings the annals of your victories and the blood-soaked streets, man.
Hey, man, Lee, you need to just tone it down a bit, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that then.
Awesome. All right. And our final one, Lee, you have a lot of connections.
Yeah, man. Well, so, I'm hoping this concept album sells big because I kind of owe Freddie some money. Like, my guitar was in hock. I don't know if you see the picture of it down there, but it's a beauty. I don't know if Freddie knocked over a liquor store or what, man, but he came in the right time and I got it out of hock. She's beautiful.
You don't want to know how I got it back for you.
Nope, I don't. Maybe I do. It could be like the B-side. B-side.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we're going to now do our final hook, which is why is Angel important to you? Let's start with you, Otto. What does Angel mean to you?
Oh, man. Angel was always a good source of scoops. She always knew what was happening around town, and was grounding in that sense. Like, not grounding. Grounding is the wrong word. Like the opposite of that. Like the opposite of grounding, where like she was always had her hands in many pies, many pots.
Okay, so she's always been a good lead for you.
Yeah, she's been a good lead.
And I think I'm going to put in here that some of these stories and rumors she's told you, they've ended up being like pretty big stories, that somehow she would find out about a landlord who'd been, stealing from the building so that the people were cold inside of it, or telling you about chemicals being dumped in the river. How in the world would she find these things out? But she's always popped with big stories. All right. Well, Mitch, what's Angel to you?
So Angel to me is like the exception that proves the rule of my life philosophy almost. She's like, in my experience, everybody's dirty, everybody's full of it, everybody's out for themselves, no one can be trusted, and it's always like, this getting your way in the world. And she just seems to rise above that in a way that doesn't make any sense to me. She's always gotten the best dope. She's always the best person. She's gorgeous. Like it's not, I'd be in love with her if I felt like I had any chance to feel like she's just too good for this world almost. And now I'm afraid that maybe that came true.
So she's almost this ideal for you, this person who's always been so good in such a shitty world.
Right.
All right. I think she's probably taken real interest. Part of it is that she wants to make sure you're okay. She's like set you up with places that you could crash, and she really commiserates with you about how you were treated so badly. That it just, she was always right there tight with you. And I never thought you did the things they said. All right.
Yeah, right. That's awesome.
Cool. Freddie, what's Angel to you?
So when I got back from Nam, I was pretty much trying to drink myself into a coma. Just drowning myself away and not trying to remember all that shit I saw and the things people were saying about me. And I was just, I didn't give a shit. I was just drinking it all away. And Angel found me and she picked me back up, and pretty much she gave me this motivation, you can't change, you can't change yesterday, but you could change tomorrow. And I think she gave me that motivation to keep fighting and not give up and kind of put me back on, gave me a purpose in a sense.
All right. She encouraged you. She stuck by you. She kind of pulled you from those dark times.
Right.
She would listen to your stories, and probably one of these nice, one of the more turning points of when you were coming out of that darkness is you had told her about, how you and your fellow troops, how you felt like something had gone wrong over there. Like the brass wasn't listening to you. Like there was just, we were put out there and shit, and it wasn't our fault. It wasn't, we did our best. And one of the turning points is you see where your commanding officer has been court-martialed for, in fact, leaving your troop out there. And your fellow soldiers are getting these posthumous recognitions. They probably would give you one too, but I'm guessing you don't go deal with that, do you? You don't.
No, I'm done with that shit. I'm away. I'm out of it. And fuckers that. If anybody bothered Angel, they're going down.
There we go. All right. And Lee, what's Angel mean to you?
Wow, man, she means a lot to me. She's like, we went to summer camp together. She was my first kiss. We played spin the bottle, and I won, man. You know what I'm saying? I won.
All right, so you've known her a while, and are y'all still romantically involved, or occasionally you still romantic?
Occasionally, it's casual, man. Don't need to tie Angel down, and I've got my rock star. I've got groupies that I have to take care of. You know what I mean? But yeah, from time to time, we will find each other for comfort and a little bit of sanity and drugs.
What more could you want for a good friend? You grew up with her, you knew her all the way through. She actually went to college, though. You knew that she went off to college a few years ago, and she doesn't talk about her time in college, though, since she's come back. You're not sure if she flunked out. She seemed like she was so smart. Surely she wouldn't, but when she came back from college, she wouldn't even talk about it. She's been back in the neighborhood for a year or two, so you don't press her on it, but you've known her all this time, and it still seems like good old Angel.
Yeah, I blame the man. I'm sure that somebody was holding her down because she's really good looking, so
It's true. All right, then. Well, we've got all our hooks. We have our characters set up. Everybody got your moves, your equipment. To catch real quick with you, Freddie, did you decide on you have the car, don't you? No, I'm sorry, it's Mitch. Mitch is our driver. Have you picked up your sweet ride?
No. Is there like a specific? I got to choose a kind of ride. Is that what's going on?
You get you have a sweet ride as on your playbook, and so it is your coolest, most awesome vehicle you drive around. When you're in it, it gives you some advantages. You should be able to see a little bit of it on your playbook. But mainly for flavor for us, what is that awesome ride you fool around in?
Oh, dang. I don't know enough about cars. Let me Google.
Hold on, I can help you out because they have some stats
yeah.
for some basic statistics for common vehicles. So let me list out the common vehicles real quick because I ran into this once before. Compact car, like a Beetle or a Pinto, a sedan like an Impala or a Fury or Volvo wagon, a sports car like a Corvette or a Porsche or Jag, a muscle car like a Barracuda, a Charger or a GTO, a luxury car like a Thunderbird or a Continental, Lincoln Continental, or a truck or a van, or an off-road vehicle like a Jeep or a dune buggy, or a race car. Any of those sound good to you?
We're gonna go muscle car.
Muscle car, awesome. I will drop those stats in for you underneath in your character sheet in the extras. Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So I'm going to start off with, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to, not quite ready for a break yet. We will take a break here in the next probably about 20 minutes, but we'll go ahead and push through and get our first couple of scenes out of the way. I got a feeling that probably we have Lee and Freddie hanging out, aren't y'all? Y'all are bosom buddies, and you don't take Lee's rock star excesses to heart, and he has someone he trusts on. But Angel's been missing, now for a week. As you guys, where do y'all hang out? You got a place, Lee?
Oh, well, I had a place, but I kind of fell behind, man. So like I've been trying out this thing called couch surfing. It's great. I got these groupies. See, I'm a groupie magnet. I just kind of bop around the different pads. Right now we're we're above the Velvet Gold Mine, which is a disco tech and one of my fans, groupies. I know, Mitch, or Faye, you don't like when I say that, but it's true. So yeah, we're both there in their little apartment. It's great.
All right, Mitch, you've come in and you're showing up, hanging out to see him, and you kind of given a look around to see if you could see Angel, and you'd stopped by the apartment she had, and the old lady that lived next door kind of said that, no, Angel's not been around for quite a while. I'm afraid that she's getting behind on rent. We've taken up a little collection for her, but we haven't seen her in over a week, and when the landlord came around, we just paid him. If you see her, though, tell her we all miss her here.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a little scattered. So I'm walking into the room where Lee and Freddie are hanging out.
Yeah.
After that encounter. All right.
I'm correct that you all do kind of hang out on occasion. Y'all do your
You guys are always, wherever I'm hanging out, you guys are always welcome to hang out.
So I think I walk in and I sort of flop down on the couch and grab the can of tobacco that's on the coffee table and start rolling up a cigarette. And as I do so, I'm like, you guys seen Angel?
So I walk over, I hand Mitch a beer. I'm like, what's up, bro? Nah, man.
Hi.
I ain't seen her around in a while. What's up?
Yeah, I just went by her place. The landlady was like, she ain't been around in a while. And I'm just thinking, like, the fuck she go? You guys ain't seen her?
Wait, man, she ain't been home?
She ain't been home. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I'm asking if you've seen her.
Lee.
What?
You seen her? Where's Angel?
I thought she went on a run down to the coast or something, man. She ain't been home? Didn't tell anybody? That doesn't sound like Angel, man.
Yeah, why do you think she went down the coast? What do you mean?
To pick up, go on a run to get some more stash.
Man. Yeah. She's got her thing down there. Did she tell you she was going? She told you she was going?
Lee's screwing off the top of a lamp. Like he's taking off the part, and it's just this glass, kind of almost blown glass type thing. And he's looking into it, and, like dumping stuff out and like pulling the wires. No, man, she didn't tell me where she was going or anything like that, man.
Yeah, man, fuck. You want me to take a look at that lamp for you?
No, I think it'll be a great bong, man. What do you think?
Yeah. We just need to, drill a hole in the base, right?
I grabbed the lamp from both of them. I'm like, fuck the lamp. Where the hell is Angel? Who was the last person that saw her?
Maybe she went down coast, man. I don't know.
Oh, we should ask around or something, man.
She's gonna be back.
Hey, where's Otto? Hey, where's Otto? Otto, are you around? Sometimes if I say his name loud enough, he shows up. He's crazy like that. He didn't work this time.
Where were you guys? What was this hangout spot again?
We're above the Velvet Gold Mine. It's a discotheque, man.
The discotheque.
Yeah.
I would certainly be around and listening around. I'd start to finally zone in and pay attention, and just echo the concern that she's gone. And I don't know, where am I gonna find? I can ask around. I got people I can talk to.
Yeah, man, you got the connects. I need you to find out. We got to make sure she's all right.
All right, Otto, you want to go and maybe, like I say, you know that practically everyone knows her, so you could go around and ask some of the places she hangs out in. You've known her for, well, all of you, of course, known her for a while. She hits a bunch of different places, but you could start trying to piece around, see if you can get a little lead on her. You are certainly that sort of investigative reporter that has the capability of it.
All right, yeah, and I've got connections as a thing.
As a thing.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what the things do.
Let's see, with your connections, probably, one of the best things for you to do is just go hit the pavement, go hit up a couple of folks you know. Why don't we do I think it's probably going to be a scope out a scene. And you're really doing the whole neighborhood to try and see if you could pick up a little bit of tidbits about her. So you'll be rolling with brains.
Let's see. Do you put up a roll for your party? There it is.
Yeah. And I'm probably going to give a couple of extra questions on here to make it more appropriate to what you're doing.
I think my brains is an awesome -1. Let's just double check. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
You're an XP machine when you figure stuff out, man.
Yeah.
I like a dumb journalist. That's great.
Hey, were we supposed to pick a thing at character creation? Do we just pick any of
You
those
were.
things?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, everyone should have gotten a thing. So if you want to look over that, I do apologize. There are some absolutely awesome ones. You could also have vehicles. I had somebody play who had a Cyber Panther. But yeah, look over those and choose those. And how did you do, Charles, while everybody's looking at things?
Yeah, I got a 12 actually. So minus
Holy
one.
cow.
That's an 11. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, well, fantastic. You'll see on scoping out a scene, the questions there. I'm going to add to that, where was Angel last seen, which I think seems like what you're probably asking. So I'll go ahead and just answer that one out. As you're cycling through this, the last people who know of seeing her talk about having seen her at the Sofa King board, which is a pump bar out on the outskirts of the city. And this is just you circling around. You know a little bit of everybody. A couple of them say they saw her a week ago. They're the only folks you've heard. That's the latest you heard. You have 2 more questions. Any of those seem appropriate, and you could focus them in on that bar or on kind of the story overall of Angel, looking for Angel.
I lost my lost where I had the questions. Oh, never mind. I was just about looking at it. Scope out a scene. Oh, I got it. That's like any suggestions?
And again, you can adapt these as for the scene. Well, like rather than a fastest escape route out of here, what's the fastest way to get to over at the Sofa King? And who would be the person to talk to would be a question you could ask off of that. Or is there something that someone's not letting on? Or is there
I like that one. Yeah. Who knows more than they're letting on?
All right. As you're talking to people, you get a couple of rumors that Angel had apparently been working with someone new to get some really powerful acid, and that this new group she was working with, that some of these folks are a little concerned that maybe like they weren't on the up and up. And you hear one of them say, "I think they're working for the man. I think she's being set up."
We'll just go with, I guess, the last one then. Straightforward enough. What's the quickest way over there?
You know that the Sofa King board, it opens up at 7, stays open until 3. You could go over there, and the owner is also the bartender. His name's Bile, and you could catch him before and see what he might know, or you could wait till after 7 when all the patrons are there. But it's a pretty quick shot. You'd have to drive to get out of town on it, catch a cab or something.
Okay, I kind of open that one up to the group. That's what I know.
I grab Mitch's keys and I just throw them at him. I'm like, fuck it, let's ride. Let's go.
Let's roll.
Shotgun, man. Shotgun.
You're heading out, and it's pretty, late afternoon, around 4 or 5, when you've gotten back there, and off you go in that muscle car, across the city, smoke pulling up behind it. We get a couple of montage scenes, the car from different angles as it goes over railroad tracks. Off it goes. As you pull up at a strip mall, the Sofa King used to be a place where they sold sofas, and so it still has the sign above it that says Sofa King. Underneath it, you see nailed up on a like a 2x4, written on it in red paint is bored. It's closed right now, but you can see Bile's car. He drives a Pinto. On the side of it is "fuck the police" and "anarchy," and it's all gemmed or torn up, ragged out. But he seems, looking at it in the parking lot, probably just him and maybe another person or so in there. So y'all head on in, or you want to wait for more people?
I mean, I'm going in.
All right.
I'm out of the car. I'm going in.
Y'all hop in, head in, opening up the door. There's a picture of the Sofa King board in the character keeper, if you want to look at it, and a picture of Bile. As you come walking in, it's dark, but they do have some of the little lights up, so it's got that weird rainbow color to it. And it is loud as the sound system is just blaring the Sex Pistols. Coming out from the back, when he hears the door open, you see Bile, and with him, you see a gentleman in, it's like a black suit, black tie. As he comes walking out of the back, he puts on a pair of sunglasses and puts on his hat, kind of stalks out by you. Bile says, "See you, buddy. Sorry." And he looks really kind of flustered as this guy moves past you, kind of putting a shoulder into probably you, Freddie, as he goes by.
I just scoff at him. I just watch him as he walks out. I turn back to Bile. I just walk straight up to Bile, and I'm like right up on him. What's up, Bile?
What's up, man? He, like me, has a bad English accent because he's pretending to be a London punk. What's going on, mate?
Don't mate me, you little shit. It's a little early to be having customers.
Hey, he's nothing. He's nothing. He's the fuzz. Shaking me down. You know how they are.
For what? What was he asking you?
Why don't we either do a... That sounds... You could do a get in their face. Or you could give someone the third degree here. He's looking like he doesn't really want to answer that. He's going, it's early for a beer, man. You know, it's just business.
Yeah, I don't think I'm really getting in his face yet. I don't think I'm like threatening to whoop his ass or anything right now. I'm just trying to read him right now. Maybe in a little while, depending on how he reacts. So maybe I'm just giving him the third degree.
All right, that's off of brains. Give us a roll.
All right. What is my brains? I think it's +1. Yep. All right. Looks like a 7 and 1. That's 8.
Okie doke. So you're going to get one question off of there, and I'll let him start talking here for a minute, and then you can decide what you'd like to use. So he goes, look, he's looking for Angel. You know, Angel, pretty girl, a really nice girl.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Where is she?
Oh shit, you're looking for her too. I don't know. I don't know where she is.
So why does he want her?
Look. What's that?
Oh no, I was asking why would the fuzz want her?
I don't know. He was just asking me. He said, hey, you know where she is? And I was like, no, I don't know where she is. And then he got a little rough. I don't know what would have happened if you guys hadn't come in the door.
So I'll go ahead and jump in with my question. Is he telling the truth?
He's telling you, well, he's telling you the truth on how that guy treated him. He's not telling the truth on he don't know more about where she might be.
Right. So I think I'm actually gonna like grab him by the front of his shirt. He's a little guy, right?
Yeah, he's skinny and scrawny.
Yeah, I'm gonna lift him up off the ground. I'm like, no, it's bullshit. That's bullshit, Bio. Where is she?
Freddy, man, no, man. Let's do that. Get in the face.
Okay. All right, that one's. What do I roll for that one?
You roll might.
Might. Okay. I think my might's +1 as well. Yeah. That's a 4, so that's a 5.
You get an XP off that.
Excellent.
Look, Freddy, man, look. And you're pretty much threatening to do violence to him. He's not answering you. Do you give him a pop or two?
Yeah, in fact, I don't give him a pop. I throw him across the bar, like down at, like towards the others, like down at their feet.
Oh fuck, man! He drops that whole under the tent. Oh man, come on, look! Oh shit! Look, I don't know where she is, but Braz and Nix will be in later tonight. They hang out with her. They'll for sure know, but you know. They're meaner than me, buddy. You can't just be throwing them around. Them bitches will cut you.
Sounds like you know from experience, Bao.
You ain't kidding, man. Oh, fuck. Damn, Freddy. And he's sort of scrambling off away from you, heading towards the back. Look, you come back in later. Man, it ain't right for you to be beating up on me. I'm just like a decent merchant of the community.
I just give him the bird as he runs off. So what do you think, guys?
Can we do like a meanwhile moment?
Mm-hmm.
Where the guy who walked out, he bumped into my boy Freddy, and Freddy was respectful, but that guy was not. And I don't think that Mitch didn't feel right about that, and he followed him outside. Is that cool? Can we do that?
That's very cool.
Oh, so Mitch is following our not British bartender Bile out. Awesome.
No. The suit.
Man in
The
suits.
suit.
Oh, the copper. Okay, gotcha. Awesome.
No, I wouldn't know he's police, right? Because I'd been outside.
Right.
You followed right after him. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
All right. You step out the door behind him. You see he's moved a little way. He's going over towards a black sedan.
Mm-hmm.
You follow up behind him.
Yeah, I'm gonna just slow and cool, like I'm walking by, but I want to see what he's riding. I want to see if anybody else is in the car. I want to know what the license plate is. I'm gonna keep that in mind. And if it comes to it, I may just say I may have words with him. We'll see we'll see.
All right. As you're walking by, he gets into his car. He kind of gives you a little bit of a look as he gets in. And you see him reach down. He picks up a radio.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this radio it's weird looking. It's odd. You see him reach down the console and he pulls out, looks to be like a dish. Sets it up on the side of the car and kind of looks as you stroll on by. And you hear him begin speaking into it, but he's being pretty low. You do pick out a couple of words as you're strolling on by, though. He says, "Target not found. We will keep this place under surveillance. Send to the other team. I have a feeling this guy knows more than he's saying."
All right. I want to mess with this guy. Like, I don't like him, and it seems like he knows something that I want to know. I think I want to just get in the back seat behind him.
Slide right in. All
Mhm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
You open up the door and slide. He goes, "Hey, the hell are you doing, buddy?"
And I'm going to say, "Shut the fuck up," and turn and face forward. Now I've got my hand in my jacket. He doesn't know what I've got, but I think maybe he can see that.
You see his hand kind of reach towards his vest, but he.
Then I got mine. Then I got a sawed-off shotgun to the back of his head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hands on the wheel.
We're cool.
Stop touching that weird ass phone. And just breathe real slow for me. And relax. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. And I'm gonna get the fuck out of your life. You got me?
You're in so much trouble, buddy.
I didn't ask that, did I?
What questions you got?
What the fuck's up with that phone?
He looks down at it. Special issue.
From who?
I am one of the good guys, buddy.
You keep telling yourself that, man. Who? Now I'm just going to push a little bit harder into the back of his head.
Look. I'm FBI. I'm FBI. I can show you my identification. If you put that gun down, maybe we can talk out of this. But you're in a whole hell of a lot of trouble.
Question 2. Target, not acquired. Who's your target?
There's a girl missing. Like I said, we're the good guys. We're trying to find her.
Who's that girl?
She goes by Angel.
All right. Then you can call me a good guy too. Looks like we're on the same mission. So you're going to tell me what you know about Angel and where she's at.
I don't know how much I can tell you, except that we've been looking and that she's gotten herself messed up with some bad actors.
Maybe like you.
Not like us, buddy. We're the good guys.
Let me ask you this then. Why do you care?
You're asking for more trouble than you could handle. This is an international affair. I suggest you and whoever your buddies are inside there. Stay off this. Leave it for the professionals. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself, well, pushing up the daisies.
Mm-hmm.
These are bad, bad men.
You don't got names for me?
We don't know their names. We just know that they come from the Kremlin. And there's a music sting. Duh!
Let me try this on you, FBI. You want to find Angel. I want to find Angel. You got a bunch of bad Russians you got to deal with, and I don't give a fuck. How about you send me in, and I'll do whatever dirt the FBI needs done, and I never heard those 3 letters, FBI. You just tell me where to go.
I think that little weasel inside the bar knows more than he's telling. We've been scoping out a few locations. We're going to keep an eye out here. So far, we haven't had a break.
If I can get you that break, maybe we be friends. You forget I got a shotgun in the back of your head. How about that?
Maybe we can.
All right. All right, FBI. I'm going to get out real slow now. I'm going to watch you as I go. And you're going to pull out and you're going to drive away. Now, if I hear a helicopter, I hear police sirens, I hear anything like that, there's going to be blood in the streets. So you just go. I'm sure you can find me again.
Don't worry.
Find out.
We will find you again.
And I think with that, I'll back out real slowly. Slowly put the gun away. My eyes are on him as I'm walking back into the Sofa King.
Behind you, you hear the car start up and drive off. We're gonna do our first break, but can we assume coming back in that you're gonna tell the rest of the group what happened? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So we will begin with you guys getting this information and deciding what you're doing next. And I'm going to take we'll do 5 minutes. And if anybody cares to listen to a little music from that fine era of 1977, here's the song. See y'all in 5 minutes.
You posted the role for your party link. Just saying.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Okay, here we go. Sorry.
I was totally looking forward to it.
There we go.
Awesome. Oh, I should probably. Tyler, if it's all right, I'm going to switch my brains and my hustle. I wouldn't. It doesn't affect anything.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I made that last roll. But
That'll be fine. And I think with your, especially doing your X-Tech stuff, it makes a little sense.
yeah, I'm just not physical at all, rather than trying somewhat.
That's perfectly fine. All right. If I, oh, we'll wait for Pat a minute. Yeah, that Pump Police song, kind of cool.
I'll apologize now for just blatantly using a picture of Hunter S. Thompson for the character portrait, but I'm just awful at looking up character portraits. So sorry, not sorry.
That's fine.
It's looking good.
I like all our pictures. Those are really cool. I love that Mitch picture.
I was thinking of somebody with a high top fade, but I've always got that reticence to do the African American character in a way that's respectful because I'm white. But I loved the high top fade when I was a kid. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I wanted a high top so bad. White guys can't have high top fades.
I came back to ABBA blaring in my headphones.
Yeah, probably went about the rest of my thing. Then. Sorry. Okay. So we've had Mitch come back in and tell everybody all this stuff. And you, Otto, with your connections, you know who Nix and Bras are. There are also pictures on our character keeper if you want to take a look at them. They're awesome. But Nix and Bras they have a family with money, but they slum. They're kind of girlfriends, but at the same time, they're plenty open to whoever catches their fancy. And you've known that on occasion that Angel has hung out with them, has stayed over their place, even supposed to have dated them at one point. So you kind of know where they live.
Oh. I don't know. He mentioned they'd be here tonight. I'm a little reticent to just bust up on their place. Might I have their number or be able to look them up?
I would say, yeah, with your things being contacts, I think, yeah, if you probably know their phone number, you probably had to talk to Angel there on occasion.
Got it jotted down in the steno pad, maybe. So let's give Braz, is it?
Yep, Nix and Bras.
All right. We'll call Nix, I suppose. We'll give Nix a ring.
It's 77, so it's a house phone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Rotary ringing it up, I'm sure. With my tattered notes from the bar phone here at the club.
Bile certainly hadn't tried to run y'all out or anything.
No, he did not. I presume she picks up.
There's a click of it opening up, and you could hear kind of this scuffle going on, and you could hear Nix, "Get out of here, you motherfucker! I'll stab you, you motherfucker!" And you hear kind of behind and underneath that, "Tell us, where is the girl?" And then the phone goes dead.
I start wildly gesticulating like we gotta go, like give the fire up the car motion, and then I'll shout the address, even though the guy driving the car doesn't really know who I am, which is kind of funny. But we're just running around together, I guess.
So everybody running towards the car. We had a cut scene where we saw the phone being knocked off the cradle, and then we see a hand come down and just rip the phone line out of the wall before it flips back to you guys rushing into the car. Mitch, you start up the car and
I'd like to say that I ran out with like 8 beers in my arms. Because Bao wasn't going to make me pay for him anyways, so.
I definitely would have poured myself a martini while waiting for the rings.
all right, we hop in the car and start heading off. And I mean, y'all are booking it. Mitch is an amazing driver. This car is a thing of beauty. Running through. Mitch, what's on your radio as it cranks up? On your 8-track player.
Oh, maybe that police track. That was good.
Okay.
early police. Let's do it.
All right, you go tearing through the streets, heading into, it's a place where they have, think like Melrose Place, those apartments that are 2-story, 3-story high and have a horseshoe set. As you come grinding up, you can see that there is a white van, has a big red star painted on the side. And you can see there are 2 guys standing beside the open door of the van. And from the apartment, you can see Nix and Braz being hauled down bodily by 3 other guys. And they're fighting. But as you come screeching up, one of these guys with Braz goes, "Shut up, woman!" Bam! And just punches her lights out. And she stops struggling.
Whoa, man, this is serious. I thought you were just trying to get us to hurry.
Freddy, probably your combat instincts are kicking in.
Yeah, I think I pull out the shotgun and I fire a round off into the sky. I mean, just to make as much noise as possible.
All right. If the guys at the van, you see them reach inside and they pull out HKs.
All right. Actually, I was angling for a move, Tyler. on my character sheet, there's something called wake up call. It says when I fire a warning shot to get target's attention. I roll hustle.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, yeah, that's a success. That's 13.
Nice.
So it says on a 10 plus, they stop what they're doing and are shaking, and I roll with something extra on my next move.
Okay, cool. So as you shoot this, the guys at the van, you see them look over and instead of reaching in, they both kind of duck down for cover and they're shouting back in Russian, which I don't know if any of you speak Russian. Otto, do you speak Russian?
I don't know what would have done that. I didn't see it on anything in a sheet.
It would be narrative. It just would. Do you think you picked up Russian? I don't know if anybody else would have picked up Russian.
Sure. Yeah, I picked up Russian. Hell yeah.
A couple of words at least, right? Like, where's the bathroom and how much for a blow?
That's where the most interesting reporting is going on. So clearly.
You hear those guys down at the van going, yelling up in Russian. They're armed. There's armed opponents. Armed. They're coming for us. It can't be the police. It must be the police. Hurry up! Hurry up!
Yeah, they're on to us, guys.
And you see that the ones up on the stairs that are bringing the girls down, they've ducked down for cover and they're trying to worm down the stairway. But the 2 beside the van, they basically just dived for cover trying to, hide from you.
So like I point at Mitch and point at the van, and then I go running like into the apartment complex towards the guys. I'm like, drop the girls. You freaking commie Ruski bastards, drop them.
Nice. Mitch, what you do?
So I'm going to take the sign from my friend, and he's got more experience in combat and stuff than me, so I kind of taking his lead anyway. I take that to mean fuck up that van. So I'm gonna back up the car and I'm gonna T-bone it as hard as I can.
All right.
Before I do, I don't know if anybody else is still in the car with me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Is anybody still in the car?
Yeah, we see Freddy hop out as...
I was looking at the 8 tracks in the back. So, yeah.
So, but I'm going to peel backwards, and then when I reach my back and I'm putting it into drive again, I turn back and say, hold on or get out.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Okay. Then it's pedal to the metal peeling out, and we're gonna hit that. We're gonna T-bone that van.
I take the opportunity to get out. I do. I get out. That's
right.
All right. Well,
I'd be thinking about it, and then when he says this is your moment, like I fly out of the car really quick, and I'm either going to do some substances or scope the scene out. I don't know yet.
All right. You put her into gear, you peel out, and bam, right. And since the door's open, it does your car moving into it, slashing back, bending up the door side. The van screeches back, and I think I'd like for us to deliver a beatdown with your car. To see the 2 guys that are there at the van, how you messed them up, and maybe how it messes up your car.
Ooh, can I help a brother out? Can I help him out?
You can help a brother out for sure.
Man.
How do you do that?
Nice.
Aim for the weak spot in the car, man.
All right. So
cool. I am going to roll, and I've got 1 hook. So let's see how this goes. I rolled a 7. So you get to roll with something extra, man. That means you get to roll 3d6.
Oh, okay, nice. Because I already rolled 2 and it didn't come out so good. So I get to roll 1 more d6?
Yeah, I should have mentioned that in the mechanic. Our setup is you can have advantage, you can have disadvantage. It's 3 dice, take the higher of 2, or should it be disadvantage, it's 3 and take the 2 lower. So yes, you have 3 dice and take the 2 highest.
So that's a 7. I think my I gotta do a little statsy math.
You'll be using your car, so go look down at your sweet ride.
Oh, okay. I don't look at my own
you use
muscle.
the stats for your car when you're driving, and did you take into account the +1, which I believe you get when you do anything when you're behind the wheel?
Oh no, I didn't. All right, so that's my car has 2 power.
Okay.
And I rolled a 7. So does that make it a 10? Or does that make it
Yeah, I think it makes it 10. 7 + 2 + 1.
Okay. All right, cool.
I did go to a public school, so you guys check me out.
All right. So you smash into this van, and the 2 Ruskies get knocked back and kind of stumble back to the side. You see one of them smack up against the stone wall and sort of sink down. And the other one kind of gets rolled across the road, and he's really moving slow as he's kind of trying to get up. You get to choose 1 from the list there and deliver a beatdown. You can avoid any counterattack. You could deal great harm, doing an extra point of harm. You could deal 1 stun harm along with the damage you're doing, which your car did 2.
Okay.
Disarm your target, or blind hold or otherwise disable your target. You could also give or take something your target is holding or wearing, or push, pull, and otherwise move your target if you want to.
Okay. Well, it sounds from what you described, they're already thrown clear of the van. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they were knocked off. So
yeah.
You can add something onto that.
And it doesn't appear like they're armed yet or anything. No. Okay. The stun harm, does that sort of makes them ineffective for a minute?
The stun harm will add on to the damage you've already done. And what it'll mean in this case is you will have knocked them both out. If you add great harm, you probably are going to kill one of them, and the other one would be seriously injured. Okay,
let's go with the stun harm.
All right. We see then as the van swings up, they're doing their thing. The one that rolled along kind of collapses. The one up against the wall gives a heavy ugh, and he's definitely out. As you manage to smash your car right into it. It did, however, do a point of damage to your car. And back there in the back seat, Lee, it sort of gives you a stumbly bit too, as which of these 8 tracks is the favorite you found that he has in the car?
Oh man. Yeah, so it was CCR, man.
No.
As you jerk, you just sort of crack, and we have the tape go flying out of the reels. Otto, you're standing there watching this this unfold. We can see Freddy is stalking up towards the guys who seem to be trying to scramble and grab the 2 girls, though after the van's been hit, they may be, you know, they're maybe changing their destination a little. What you doing?
I don't really know what a move for this is, and I know that I'm not good at it, but yay, chances for misses. Gonna try to do the somewhat heroic thing here and just try to tackle or annoy one of the dudes that's trying to carry away one of our sources of information.
All right, so you're running up after Freddy as Freddy's heading forward.
I don't believe I have a weapon, so I'm just like nerd rage.
All right, you're charging forward, Freddy. You see Otto go. He's, you know, you're kind of going up there at a tactical walk. He's just flying up past you, yelling in rage towards these guys who their eyes have opened wide, and they seem to be intimidated by what's happening here. What are you doing? Freddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was directed at me.
Yes.
No, I'm going right after him. I kind of stowed away the shotgun. I pull out my my revolver, and
Want to take a shot?
yeah, I'm shooting at him.
All right, you're gonna smoke that ass. So
Yes,
roll.
I am.
Smoke his ass there for us. That's a hustle.
Yep, it's a hustle, and I get advantage too from my last roll. So
Nice. Are you shooting one that's carrying one of the girls, or the guy that's unburdened?
no, I'm gonna shoot at the one with the girl. Hopefully, because I'm Charles Bronson. All right, let's see. So, do we just drop the lowest? Is that how advantage works, or rolling extra?
Oh, yeah,
Or do
you
we
roll
add it all?
something extra, then yes, you take the 2 highest of 3 roll.
Okay, so that's an 11.
Damn. You line up your shot. You hit him clean. Let's see here. Do you have listed down what your gun's damage is?
Yeah, it is 2 harm, close, reload, loud.
It hits him solidly, and he, kind of drops one of the girls down to the stairs as he goes, "Oh, he shot me! He shot me!" And you can see there's blood coming out, and he's starting to scramble back up the stairs like he's going to try another way to get out of here. The other one with one of the girls kind of goes, "Shitski!" and starts running up the stairs, having dropped her as well. So they're both moving off. But that guy who was unburdened has got to the bottom of the stairs, and you can see he's reaching down and is pulling out a gun. Just as Otto, you get there. Sounds like you're going to try and deliver a beat down.
Get him, Otto.
All right. Why not?
That's a might roll.
Great. I'm gonna roll green dice because reasons. 2 and a 5. It was a 7, but my -1 makes it a miss. Yay!
As you come rushing over there towards him, You kind of try to tackle him, and he steps to the side and just kind of grabs you and slams you into the banister, the stone banister there beside him. You're going to take 2 damage, unless you have any armor, as he really cracks you solidly with your ribs up against the side there. And he pulls out his gun and is pointing it over towards you, Freddy. And you hear him say, "Die, American pig." Lee, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I've rolled out, man. I gotta help out my buddy Freddy. So I'm gonna throw the 8-tracks at this guy with the gun. That's all I've got. I mean, I've got
Excellent.
my axe, but come on.
Let's see. Unless you have a move for it,
No.
I'm going to give that. Sounds like a good help a brother out for Freddy's.
That sounds fantastic, man. Yeah, I'd love to help him out.
All right, so why don't you roll a hooks there?
Yeah, I owe him some money. But I'm still trying to make sure he doesn't die. That's how good I am. Okay, here we go. I've rolled a 6, man.
Oh, you're throwing these things at him, and Freddy, you can see that this guy's military trained. You can these 8-tracks are not distracting this trained soldier. These other guys probably just hired goons. But this guy, he looks dangerous. And so as he pulls his gun out, as these 8-tracks fly at him, he instead switches over and he takes a pop shot over at you, Lee, instead. Freddy, as he's taking this shot, you may also take an action yourself. As Lee, probably because of all this craziness and all this going, he barely nicks you. You take a shot across your arm, 1 point of damage.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna since this guy means business, I'm gonna mean business too. I holster the revolver and I bring back out the sawed off. Yeah, and he's going down. He ain't gonna beat up and shoot my friends. That ain't happening. This shit's ending.
Excellent. Fire when ready, sir.
Let me roll. Let me get rid of one of these. That's a 5, but I get 2, so it's a 7.
Fantastic. All right. Let's see. So you say 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, 7.
You have to choose one. You have to move to get the shot, exposing someone, often yourself, to danger deal your damage, or you have to take what you can get, and you only do 1 damage to him.
I'll expose myself if possible.
You come around, and I think that shotgun does what, like 3?
It's 3.
And this guy, I mean, it hits him in the chest, and we get all the blood packets. I mean, they spent a big bit of their budget. They're like, all the blood packets go. But also, as he topples back over, you hear a cry as some of your shot has also hit Nyx.
I thought it would hit me, since I'd kind of gotten thrown right next to it. But if Nyx works, that's fine.
It managed to hit poor Nyx, as you could see that it's taken a little chunk out of her leg, and she's bleeding pretty good. The other Russians have run to the top of the stairs and are attempting to flee. Mitch, you see the other 2 that are there. They have been passed out from where you clobbered them. Are you hopping out of the car? Is there anything you're going to try and do?
Yeah, I think while the gunfight was going on, I hop out of my car. And there's still 2 passed out, right? I knocked them out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I go over there with my crowbar, and I'm kind of poking at them to make sure that A, they're alive, and B, they're not going to shoot me. And I want to take a Russian with me. I want to rush into my trunk.
All right, you grab one of them, chunk, back there with your spare tire. The other two have reached the top, and they're booking it. In the distance, you begin to hear sirens. This gunfire has definitely alerted the authorities. Lee, you're bleeding, but you're not. You're still up. It was just a flesh wound.
Oh,
But
man, my
I'll tell you,
coat.
Otto looks rough.
My coat.
So I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta move. So I'm trying to get bras, and I'm probably carrying what's her name? What's the other one? The one I shot on accident, Nyx. So I probably pick her up and carry her. I'm trying to like pull Otto up with the other hand, trying to get us all back to the car.
We lost Otto. All right, you got them all. You're hauling them over there. Lee, you see he's kind of struggling. You going to give a hand or?
Sorry, say again.
We see Freddy's got all three of them. He's trying to drag them all over.
He carry me, man. It's just the jacket, man. I'm falling. This is Corinthian leather, man.
I'm like, here, help Otto. Help Otto.
Right?
Come on, let's go.
Oh, Otto's just. You're fine, man. Come on, shake it off.
Yeah, what's in the van? And if there's time to investigate in the van, I wanted to do that. Otherwise, I'm out of there.
You as you're being pulled by, you kind of struggle and kind of look in there. The car's backing up, out of it. Inside, you could see where there are 5 assault rifles, AKs. You see that there is also, think very much the 70s science panel. It's got some buttons and lights going beep, 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 beep. And that's inside that, man. It's now been knocked to the side and everything, but it has like a CB thing on it, and it's spitting out Russian, and it's spitting it out so quickly that you can't pick up all the words, but you're hearing Crimson Star, Crimson Star.
Okay. Assault rifles are great. Who wants some of those? Can we get those really quick? I would love that instead of nothing.
You grab up several of them, and I think you could probably easily tote 3 of them along with you.
Okay.
As y'all hop back into the car and head off. The police, you could hear the sirens closing in, and one of these cars falls in behind you there, Mitch. Gonna try and outrun him? You gonna stop? I mean, clearly his siren's on. He would like for you to pull to the side of the road.
Is he right on my tail?
He's maybe 40, 50 feet back, but he's, he came sliding out of a side street. Now he's booking it to try and catch up with you.
All right, we're gonna try to lose him. We're gonna take some quick turns, see if we can ditch him.
All righty. Let's get a good old chase going. Why don't you roll me a hustle there?
Yes. Roll for your party. That's just 2d6, right? Because I don't have anything fancy.
Correct.
Right.
And remember your +1 because you're behind a car.
I don't know. I don't know which dice I just rolled. I'm going to take these green ones, and I'm going to re-roll them. All right, that's a 7 on the dice, and I think I got +2 for my hustle, and I'm in the car, so that's another 1, right? So that's
10.
That's the same math we just did, so that's probably got to be 10.
You start swerving around. This cop's trying to catch up with you, but your skills are phenomenal. As you take a little side turn, he tries to slam on brakes, and instead, why is there a push cart delivery man out there now? What would he be doing? But the police car smashes into it, and we see cantaloupes and watermelons go flying everywhere as it skids to the side and smashes into the trash cans. We see our scene as we have a trail camera as your Trans Am or your muscle car speeds by, the dust flying up. Into the distance you go. You will find somewhere to be safe. What are y'all doing?
Molly Hatchet blasting in the background.
Here we go.
Where do we go to get people fixed that isn't the hospital?
We go to my workshop. I got a workshop. That's my thing.
All right.
I got a
so
lab.
Then I would know where that is, right? We're boys, so
Yeah, you know where it's at.
I'm headed there.
All right. You pull up. You've got one of those fancy click so that the thing will rise up for you as he skids in, and then it closes back behind you. In the distance, we could hear cops, and a moment or two later, as we kind of pan back through the window of the garage door, we see a cop car fly by with its lights going on. But you guys are safely within your garage.
Yeah, so I imagine the garage is like it's covered. The walls are covered with like pictures of criminals, and like some of Otto's stories are up there on the wall too, with like little pieces of yarn, stretched around thumbtacks, like connecting all the people, and some people have an X over them.
Otto, you probably recognize some of these folks up here.
You bet.
There's a of somebody banging on the trunk of the car as well.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Because I didn't know he put him back there. I'm like, what the hell is that?
That's my Russian.
You brought a Russian?
Yeah, I picked one of them up, man. You want to talk to him?
Oh shit. No, actually, I think my man Otto should talk to him.
Yeah.
Otto.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to him.
All right, the two of you.
Anything in particular you need to know before I go into this?
Anything this fucker will tell us.
All right.
And I point to Lee too. I'm like, Lee, and I like usher the girls over to Lee because I know Lee's he's a ladies' man. So I'm like, Lee, you take care of these girls for me.
Oh yeah, man, no problem. Bras, Nicks, we take care of you girls. Come on.
They have, I'm guessing as y'all had piled into they had already sort of scooted on up closer to Lee anyway. And as you say this, Nix goes, sure thing, yeah. The other one, who's holding her bleeding leg, kind of goes, oh yeah, Daddy, yeah. As they follow behind you.
Looks like it hurts. We need to get some painkillers, baby.
Yeah, I think I've got some in my purse.
All right.
So we have, we can do the Russian first, and then we can have a little talk with Bras and Nix after that. So let's pop the trunk.
All right.
Could I prepare some tea? Notably, like hallucinogenic tea.
Ooh.
You certainly can. That sounds like your ex-techiness, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if that's what we're calling it. When working with X-Tech. But yeah, I'd have some form of strange cacti or something laying around, and it's much easier to interrogate someone when their reality is melting in front of them.
All right.
So
would probably be like give someone the 3rd degree, and since you're using your X-Tech, you get your advantage or your bonus for that.
And that would just be the advantage, so roll 3d6.
Correct, yeah.
All right.
And as you open up the trunk and to let him out, he's all beat up, kind of bloodied from where he's had this accident, but he's mobile. So, Mitch, are you hanging on to him, or Freddie, did you come and grab him and y'all tying him up, or what are y'all doing with him?
I think we handled him kind of roughly, pulling him out of the trunk. I doubt we were real nice to him. I wouldn't have beat him down. I'd rather have Otto do his thing.
Yeah, but he knows we're in control.
Right.
We did enough to establish that.
He's spouting things in Russian. Otto, you're hearing him, and he's basically cussing y'all to being the American dog pigs you are. You force him some tea.
Ladna, хорошо. Yeah. That's okay and good in Russian. I humor him, and I will re-roll these 3 dice to see how. I'd offer him the tea, I guess. If he just won't take it, I might not have advantage. Maybe I don't know how that might work.
You could force the tea on him, I suppose, if you want.
Yeah, I was going to say the way that's going to work is he's going to drink the tea.
Okay, he's going to drink the tea, and yeah, and just to show cordiality, I'm going to have a bit as well.
Alrighty.
Because that's how I roll.
You could see as his pupils begin to dilate, and he's, oh, babushka. And he seems to have been, he doesn't exactly know where he is, but he seems to think that you're a close friend. He's, oh, babushka, as he's basically saying, I've seen the most amazing things. Why does my chest hurt so much?
Awesome. Now is it time to roll?
It is.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't so great. I have a 7, but my brains, luckily, I switched to a +1 instead of a -1, so that's an 8. Huzzah.
Alrighty. So you'll get to ask a question out of him. You can actually start talking to him to see what you can pull out of him, and then use your questions to supplement that.
Not to jump in too much, but I was just looking at the character sheet. Would he roll smooth for that because of that character move on his sheet? I'm just wondering, off the record.
Yeah, great call, man. You should totally be doing that,
Yeah.
especially since you're smooth as two.
I should do my move. Okay. Yeah. A part of me was thinking that I wasn't really doing the interviewing him thing, since I was like playing to be his babushka, while he was under that impression.
Okay, I mean, it does talk about with the intent to trick them into revealing, but I don't know if you don't feel like it's kind of doing that in that interview style, then that's perfectly fine.
No, I think actually, on second thought, like that would be his interview style. Like, yes, this is you've made a heroic effort in obtaining the girls. What will this allow your country to do?
Okay.
This sort of idea of like basically getting them to reveal maybe who they're working for and like what the purpose. Obviously, the purpose of them capturing them was to find Angel. But if he could get a little more out of that, it would be good.
He begins going, we secured these. They will help us find the target. I knew when I was given this opportunity, when they let me out of the gulag, I was allowed to come here. The Crimson Star has freed me, and now I shall go back, and I shall live like rich capitalist. She has the information, and these girls will lead us to her.
What kind of information did she have? What was it that you needed her for?
They don't tell me that much. Oh, mother, but I have worked so hard, and I overhear. They have secrets. She found secrets. The Crimson Star, though, they will stop her. The Crimson Star is mighty. They are strong. They are... Mother, they are not like normal people.
Yeah, I don't need to ask too much more about that to glean that. If anyone has any questions they'd like to pass along surreptitiously, I'd ask, but I'm out.
As he sort of babbles away at you. He says, "Mother, I did it all for you. And for Mother Russia," as he passes on out from overindulging.
Only a little tea.
All right. Nix and Braz are over there having a chat with you, Lee.
That's right, man. I gotta help out. Gotta help out because one of them got shot. It was Nick's the guy shot, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So Nick's, I'm not a doctor, but I've seen MASH. Like, so let me see what I can do.
She lifts her skirt up way up to where it's, it's right indecent. The cameras are panning in to get a good shot, and we see that she does have this wound. But as you start, cleaning it off and preparing to bandage it, it's not bleeding anymore. And in fact, she seems to be walking around pretty good on it. Maybe she's just not that good an actress. But she's, "Oh, you really are a miracle," as she puts her hands up on your chest and leans in close.
I do what I can, baby. Hey, you girls, we came there because we were wondering about Angel. Ain't nobody seen her around in a while.
That's what these guys wanted to know. They were looking for Angel.
When was the last time you saw her?
I looks over at Braz. It's been, I don't know, like 7 or 8 days ago. She was acting strange, Lee.
Whoa. What do you mean strange?
She said she was hiding. She hadn't been over at the house in a while. Said she picked up some new supply, something different.
All right. Man, we're all worried about her, Everybody loves Angel. Think maybe you know where she's at? She's hiding out. What part of town?
Only thing I know for sure is that she said she got this stuff from Dr. Moonbeam. He's like kind of a dick, but he has the best shit. And I had heard that he was like spreading out stuff for some secret chemist, someone who had Sid that was as good as it gets. And Braz goes, "Like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, baby."
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. I don't know, Dr. Moonbeam. That's new for me. Where could I find him?
Oh, he's got like a little coffee shop. It's called the Maudlin Mandolin. But he does all his dealing out of the upstairs room. And as she's saying this, Braz says, "Yeah, but you better hurry. We told those guys that ran away, too."
Oh, shit. I better tell the guys. You girls gonna be all right just hanging out here?
Anything you say, Lee. Sure, Lee.
I reach up and cuppy to their cheeks. I give them a big smile, and then I'll head back to the guys. Hey, guys, I got some terrible news, man, but maybe I know where Angel is.
So where is she, man?
So she's at she said she was going to get some stuff, some new stuff to deal from this wackadoodle guy, Dr. Moonbeam. I don't know if you guys heard of him. I'm sure you probably heard of him, haven't you, Otto? But he's over at the Maudlin Mandolin, man, and he deals upstairs. They told those Russian guys, the ones that we didn't throw in the trunk. So maybe we ought to get over there fast.
Yeah, so I take like a little note and I write Dr. Moonbeam and I stick it up on the wall.
Nice. Do you have like a ball of yarn so that you can later draw some? Okay, awesome.
Yeah, there's a bunch of thumbtacks with yarn wrapped around them, showing the
Sweet.
different people and going around Otto's articles.
Yeah, I didn't make use of the substance while I was doing the interview. As it turns out, I felt a little bad about that. But maybe this would be a nice time to free your mind with this pharmaceutical assistance and contemplate the current situation.
Excellent. All righty. Roll some soul.
Oh, some soul. 2, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Green dice. Oh, 5, 6, 7. 7 for the win.
All right. I'm going to give you something truthful but cryptic. So ask a question.
This was about Dr. Moonbeam. This was mostly like, who was Dr. Moonbeam?
Okay. Moonbeam, you have heard of as kind of a low-end dealer. He's like a hub. He's got a lot of people that actually do the small dealing for him, but he's their hookup. You've heard things about him where he's not real particular about who he gets his stuff from. But here in the last few months, his quality has greatly improved. And there's rumors around that he's found some set of chemists that are way on the front end of things, that they are putting out unbelievable chemical stimulants and unbelievable psychedelics. And since it's pretty much better than anybody else's, Dr. Moonbeam comes in for possibly making a fortune if this stands. And you'd already heard that some of the other dealers were looking at him, keeping an eye on maybe trying to squeeze him out, find out where he's getting it from. But the word is, and this, as you're kind of opening and freeing it, it's like you're seeing visions of people that you've heard talking. We'll see somebody coming here. So they're just pieces of conversation that are hitting you just right. As you hear one of these people's voices come by and say, "Oh yeah, Moonbeam's all messed up. He's done found somebody that he shouldn't ever have messed with. He's dealing with government plants now. I think he's being set up by the fuzz."
All right. Well, do we think we can beat the Ruskies there, crew?
I mean, yeah. Can we retcon something and say that we're having this conversation on the way?
We certainly can have
So
y'all
maybe
have
when-
jumped in, and we got, that would mean Otto's kind of in the back seat,
Yeah.
zoning out.
Mm-hmm.
And as y'all are tearing through the streets, you head out to the college area of town where the Maudlin Mandolin is. And because of your unbelievable driving and the power of this car, it's only one cutscene away. I mean, you leave the thing and you're pulling right up. The Maudlin Mandolin is a small place, just a little storefront. There's a anarchist bookstore next door, and on the other side is where they're selling free range and cruelty-free produce, because all your produce should be free range, And but in the middle is this coffee shop where there are, only a couple of little tables, but you can see there are people just hanging out, and they all look pretty stoned. And from inside, you can hear a folk singer warbling away at some sort of protest song.
Hey, Lee,
Hey.
get in there and show him what's up, man.
Oh, you know that, man. Protest song. Shh. I'll pull out my guitar and start playing as we go in. I think I'll basically just throw out some Lagrange by ZZ Top, but playing it by myself.
Okay. Okay. So you head in and you begin playing, and you are so much better than this guy. And the people, some of them start, holy cow, that's Lee. Oh, and they are, as you're playing along. So he's taken most of the attention of the room away as the rest of you head in. Mitch, Freddie, what are you doing? I think you've probably got the more intimidating presence of folks.
Well, I'm not like trying to scare everybody in the bar, so I'm just like, kind of weaving through the, you said there's only like a few tables. It's a small place, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine it's like jam-packed with people.
There's dozens and dozens of people outside the door, and when y'all came in, it smells heavily of really good weed. I mean, it is strong in here. And you can see where there's the kind of coffee, just a little small bar, and there's a girl behind it who, now that Lee's playing, has moved out from behind the bar, and she's up there. They're all woo screaming as he's playing.
So, like, is there like an upstairs, or is there like a back room or something?
You can see a hallway with a little door heading up, and you figure also behind the bar you can see where there's storage room. But yeah, there's a stairway leading up the back hall.
So, like, I'm just like making a beeline kind of through the crowd. And I grab a joint out of somebody's hand, I hit it, and I pass it back to Mitch, and I just keep on walking back to towards the hallway in the back. And
pass it on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Following right behind. Yeah.
And I just knock on the door.
All right. Mitch, are you following Freddie, or are you staying down here with Lee?
No, I'm right behind Freddie.
And Otto, are you staying down here with the lovely ladies, the many drugs, and fine music?
As enlightening as that is, the story follows Freddie. So hitting the joint behind him as he goes to bring myself back into a different reality.
As you're heading down this little hallway, you can see where they painted murals. They have all the swirls and the psychedelic colors written across. There's peace, community, free love, everyone matters. As you head through and going upstairs, and you knock on the door. As you knock, it kind of creaks open. And inside you see is carpets, pillows. There's an enormous hookah in the center. There's draped cloth around. There is sitar music playing off of an 8-track player there. And you see a guy who, as you're come walking in, he's walking from a back door behind one of these curtains. He has just kind of stepped out of that door, and he looks up and looks at you. And you can see beyond him into that room. There is a table, and there are just stacks of cash sitting on top of that table. As he goes, someone was supposed to say I had an appointment, man.
No, we don't need an appointment. We just came to say hi. Is Dr. Moonbeam here? We're all friends.
I don't seem to remember you though, man.
Oh, so you're Dr. Moonbeam.
Thought we were old friends.
Hey, you tell me. We can be friends.
You looking for something? The doctor is in, man.
Yeah, what you got?
He looks back at the two with you, and you and Mitch have enough of a air of threat about you that he's a little nervous, and then he sees Otto over there, who does not have as much of an air of threat about him. It's like, come on in, man. Close the door. And he will move up. You looking for weed? Uppers, downers, sidewaysers?
Well, you see, my buddy Otto here, he's kind of likes to fly to the moon, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I got to tell you, man. And he'll reach back behind and pull out this one of these pillows and pull out this cedar box. He'll pop it open, and it is like the most obnoxiously full pill keeper you could see. Just all these little things and all these pills all laid out in it. And then as it opens up, you see it has a mirror. It has 2 bags of Coke hanging down on either side of the mirror. And underneath it, he has some very colorful blotter paper that sit there. He says, "What you're looking for?" And he reaches down and he pulls up one of these blotter papers. And it has that same red star printed on the blotter paper. "Call it Crimson Dreams, man. This is the stuff you're looking for. One hit, and you are flying."
Yeah, that looks real interesting. How can I get like a sample of everything?
A sampler platter, man. I am your physician, bro mine.
Yeah, we need 6 of those, half a dozen of those. Only one of those red star things. Okay,
It's
no.
powerful, man. I tell you, you start seeing people's thoughts with this, baby.
You don't say. All right.
High like no other, man.
I'm willing to believe it. What do you happen to know? Let's conclude a little business.
And he's got your little brown bag, and he's just plopping shit into it.
Okay.
I hope you got the green. This ain't cheap. $190, man. Because it's 1977.
Yes.
So as he's reaching into this briefcase, I just slam it down on his hand.
Oh shit! He will scream.
Okay.
And then I got a crowbar at his throat.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Look, man, you can have it all. Just don't hurt me.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I assume Otto just grabs all the shit. I'm just like, look, we just want to know where Angel's at.
His face goes white. Look, I didn't have anything to do with it, man. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, then start talking. Like I said, we could be friends.
Let's get a get in their face.
All right.
Can I help out with that?
You certainly may. Why don't you help a brother out?
All right. And I
That'll be
just rolled
rolling.
2d6 for that and see how it goes. Is that right?
Yep, and you'll be rolling with your hooks. So however many hooks you happen to have with Freddy.
Oh, we go way back. So we got 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
Okay. So I rolled 2 with a +1, right? Because I got 1 hook with him.
Yes.
So I got an 8 + 1 is 9.
Very nice.
Okay. So is that +1 to my roll? Because if that's +1 to my roll, it puts me at a 7.
No, it'll give you an extra die.
Oh, it gives me an extra die. Gotcha. All right, we roll 1 more then.
And take your 2 highest.
Oh yeah, that's much better. So that puts me at an 11.
Oh, wow. Okay. He starts, look. What you asking him? What do you say to him?
Um.
You get to choose from here, get in their face.
Okay. Also, I'm just gonna throw this in there because of one of my moves. Feeling lucky, I managed to scare the hell out of him for good.
Okay.
They give us what we want. That's 1. And let's go. They don't try to deceive us.
All right. Well, he's sitting there going, "Look, man, I didn't have nothing to do with it. It wasn't me, man." But and he seems really scared. And Mitch, he ain't wanting to talk. You gonna lay on to him one? Give him a little encouragement.
Yeah, I think I've got like the pointy end of the crowbar right underneath his Adam's apple, and I just little bit of pressure.
Man. And it draws a slight bit of blood. He's got, look. She didn't tell me exactly where she got it, but the Crimson Dreams, she brought it to me. Said that she'd made some friends. Said that they were producing it. I was cutting her in good. I really was. And she just disappeared. This is the last of it I've got. All I know for sure is she was hanging out a lot at the Golden Nugget. You, Otto, know what the Golden Nugget is. It is a casino/disco bar here in the city, which rumors about it are that it's owned by some super rich tech genius, some guy who creates, went out there and actually makes like computers. And that he had bought this place, and it's now, think very Studio 54. It is a place of decadence, and that he's said to be there on occasion himself. Oh, really? But that it's this real opulent place he's put together so he can come in and find beautiful women to enjoy the company of. But you've also kind of heard a rumor that there's mob money behind it, maybe, or that you've heard other people say it's a front for like the CIA. You've heard a lot of rumors about the place and where its money comes from. He says she hooked up with somebody there. Said that stuff was good. Said it was great, and it's been selling like hotcakes. Look, if you find her, tell her I could use some more.
I got one more question for him before we head out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just pointing at the box of pills that Otto's got, and I just say, which one of these goes up?
Blue, man. Blue. That'll take you. Hell, that'll blow your... And as we hear, he says, blow your... Downstairs, Lee, you hear the hippies outside start, what the hell? And then you see one of these hippies come flying through the door. It's smashed open. And I'm going to put up a picture in our character keeper of... Let me see, there they are. Cool. In our character keeper, you will see these people appear. I am so slow doing this. I'm just terrible. There it is. There. All right. These folks pop into the door. The large, bulky one having smashed part of the door frame open as the woman says, "Stupid American scum! Give us the girl or you will die!"
Whoa, man! There's some great looking jumpsuits.
And they begin smashing the joint up, grabbing hippies and just flinging them around as they're stomping to where you know your friends have gone. Everybody in this room has started screaming. What you doing, Lee?
Man, I that is crazy. I think that what I'm doing is I'll try singing to them. Yeah, I'm just gonna blow out some yes roundabout by yes. Okay. as they're beating down hippies, because it's okay. They're just hippies. They can't feel it. They don't have emotions. They're not really human. Lee plays for them, and he's got this song's for you. So, hey, this song Roundabout goes out to you, crazy Ruski. Like, like you're like super cosmonauts, man. And I'm gonna try to see if I can give them the third degree to distract them.
All righty. That sounds excellent. Roll us a brains for that, I suppose.
Oh well, because I've dedicated the song to them, I can use smooth instead of brains, which means I have a snowball's chance in hell of pulling it off.
Excellent. Roll away.
All right, I'm gonna re-roll the 2 purple pips. I rolled a 6, but I have a 2 in smooth, so that brings me up to an 8.
Excellent. They look over to you, and you can see that the thinner guy, he starts kind of, and he's kind of beefed up and listening to it, and the girl's over there going, no, it's stupid, decadent American rock and roll. As she's trying to hang on to him, you've got them kind of tied up, and she's going, no, this beat I must dance to. And the big guy, though, he's storming through, just slinging people out of his ways. He's heading straight towards that back stairway. And he screams at the bottom of the stairway, the Crimson Star is rising!
That's the best. Okay, so with my 7 to 9, I can hold 1, and I'm gonna spend it to ask, how can I get you guys to go somewhere else, man?
The guy goes, your music, it touches me. And he's sort of dancing. And you notice that the girl has kind of, despite herself, she's sort of bobbing her head along too. And we've got the music swell going on as you're really giving it out to him. And we see the big guy start stomping up the stairs. So we got to cut back and forth. Your music and them kind of dancing as he's starting to storm up. And she goes, we need to find the girl. Where is the girl? She has taken what she should not.
Cool. She's hiding out at the Velvet Gold mine, man.
The gold mine. She looks at the thinner guy. The gold mine. You guys up in that room, you hear this just crashing noise coming up the stairs. Freddie, what are you doing?
So, like, first of all, I'm just telling Dr. Moonbeam here, I'm like, look, I'm gonna let you keep selling your shit around here. But I swear to God, if you sell one bad hit to one kid, I hear about a kid that freaks out and runs down the street naked or anything, I'm coming back for your ass. You got me?
I got you, man. I got you. It's no problem, man.
Now what the fuck is out there?
Oh no, they're wrecking up my place. As Otto, behind you, you've pulled the box of pills to you. You've got them there. The door smashes open, kind of beside you, and in steps that monstrous guy in his white spandex with its bright red star. And he says, bring me the girl! Ah!
Otto, did you eat any of the pills or that look like his costume?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I didn't mind them all being thrown together in grab bag fashion, because that would be how I would do them anyway. And although I do know what 2 big bags of white powder and a mirror are for, and so with all of the crashing and stuff down below, I would have thought that it would definitely be time for some snow. And so he'd do a big line, and probably just after finishing that on the dealer, so to speak, thanks. He'd have one of his assault rifles ready and probably just give some haphazard, like, I don't know how to really use this thing, but I imagine you pull the trigger and pray.
And he's very close. So why don't you light that ass up?
Good luck. Yeah. That is plus something that I have a -1 in, I'm sure.
Hustle.
Smoke is that muscle. Great. Yes. Let's re-roll these 2 green ones. Oh yeah, that's like it's a 4 -1, so a 3.
Oh, you begin firing, and despite his closeness and enormous size, we get that sort of around the wall. But you guys also notice a couple of them do hit him and bounce. And one of them, as he goes, bounces back, and it hits you, Otto, just right in the shoulder. Ugh. And you take a point of damage from the ricochet as this guy goes, "You cannot stop the Russian conquest." See, I flubbed that, sorry. You are puny, American. And he grabs the gun and slings Otto back up to the side. Mitch, you're seeing this monster at the door. What are you doing?
I take out my shotgun and I've got it against Dr. Moonbeam's head. And I say, this guy knows where she is. You settle down, or he isn't here anymore.
You. And as he growls at you from down below, we hear this extremely loud voice as Lee, the woman there, opens up her mouth, and there is this like sonic noise that rattles windows. They burst out, shattering beyond here as the big guy looks back. You are lucky, American. We have found girl. We will find you eventually. You shall be trod beneath Crimson Star. And he will turn around as Lee, you see this girl look up there. She goes, "For decadent American, you are very pretty."
Nowhere near as pretty as you, baby. What's your name? Natalia or Anastasia? What is your name, girl?
Natasha.
Oh, so close. Hey,
The screaming falcon of Russia.
Screaming Falcon, man. We should be doing a duet, if you know what I mean.
Yes, perhaps we should. She begins walking over to you as the big guy smashes through there and grabs both of them and just leaps through the front, smashing this thing to the side. And she goes, "No, I was going to do duet." And we'll stop there, I believe.
Wild.
As our
Nice.
our movie has reached intermission, let's go out to the lobby. How many of you do I have next time?
I think I'm on the wait list.
Well, that certainly seemed to be productive last time, so you have every chance to make it. I want to give out our end of session, and then I'm not going to do a full Roses and Thorns, but I would love to hear like impressions from everybody, just a quick what you think of the game, and is there an idea, something in there that that you wouldn't mind seeing a little different. Let's see. This will be. I am using the wrong things. No wonder that's not what I was wanting. All right. I think everybody maintained their buzz. I think we saw really kind of cool work out of everybody. So I think everybody will get the +1 XP for maintaining your buzz. I don't know, did anyone feel like they resolved a hook, and I know we didn't gain a new one. And
I don't feel
resolving
like
can mean that your relationship has just changed somewhat. It can mean, okay, we were, we weren't that close yet or whatever, and now it's a new thing. So that could be a resolve, and then you'd add a new hook in for the new thing.
It didn't happen for any of mine, although I think there's a setup where me and Otto could have a thing next time.
Okay.
Maybe if we end up back at the workshop and I'm looking at all that stuff on the wall, I might put 2 and 2 together and we could have that resolved.
All right.
We could all squint really hard and say that our hooks with Angel have changed to we really need to find Angel. Save her.
I'll give that. I'd like to see everybody get a chance for an advancement. So yeah, I think that you've certainly had a switch up on what you're thinking of Angel, and I believe that's what you get at the end. We had some failures. Some also come from moves. I don't know if anybody hit level. How are we looking on that?
Nobody's even close, man.
No one's even close. Isn't that a shame? Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get an advancement. Let's go ahead and I'll take y'all up to 5. That way we can at least get
7.
At least 2. 7.
Isn't it 7 for an advance?
7. I think it's something huge. So yeah, let's go ahead and say that that you've got enough for an advancement.
Yay! We'll just reset to 0, and I'll highlight that I need to do an advance.
And that way, everybody can get a little something extra if you're here next time.
Cool.
And what did y'all think of 77? Charles, what did you think of the game?
Oh, I thought it was pretty neat. I'm not really too familiar with a lot of the source material, so didn't have a lot of preconceived notions going in, but it seemed to work for what it was. 70s action movie. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. Yeah.
Mitch, any thoughts?
I mean, yeah, we got them all in. We got the sex, drugs, and rock and roll. We got them all in. It was fun. And it seemed like we did it like we set up the tone to be like light, but also gritty. And I felt like there was a good chance to do both of those things. There was sort of some like tough guy stuff. And then there was also, the crimson spandex people coming in, and which was awesome. That was a nice moment. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes next.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pat, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like as far as the character creation, I love it. I mean, I think the character creation part is really well done in this. I like how you have like kind of 2 steps, so you're not always playing the same class. You could pick like, one character, like you could be, the rocker or whatever, and have a totally different background. You could be a kung fu rocker in this game. I mean, like that's pretty badass in itself, But yeah, I had fun. I think we hit our tone that we set from the get-go pretty well.
Cool. Rich, any thoughts?
This is my first chance to actually play Spirit of 77. I hope I didn't backseat drive too much. I was trying to help without. Okay, good.
Right.
I had a really good time. I loved your voices. Like you just went there. You went all out. It was a gutsy move. When you threw out Oshitsky, I thought I was going to lose it. Like I almost turned off my camera because I couldn't like see straight for a little bit. Really enjoyed how larger than life everything was. It felt very. There was that double feature movie that Tarantino. Yeah, it felt very Grindhouse. Like it felt very Grindhouse. Thank you, because I knew it wasn't look for the word Gonzo. Yeah, it was good. I don't know if I necessarily like made a character that fits too well with what we're doing. I think you did a good job of giving me a few pockets of things to do, and I appreciate that. But like having a gonzo journalist that's got a lot of social and good at interviewing, and then me making a glam rocker who, like all the moves I chose were very social oriented. I probably could have chosen a little bit better, honestly. So I think we'll roll with it. But when I get my advance, I'll probably take a move from another playbook just so I can hang.
Okay, and if you feel like shifting some things around, especially since some of your moves just didn't get to be used, so if you see something you'd like to do different, and keep in mind, I think next time around, I'd love for Charles to play, but isn't on the list. You might have more opportunity on some of yours too.
That's a good point. It's a good point. I didn't think of it that way, but that's a good point.
Because we do have some settings still ahead of us where we're going to want to talk her. It can't just all be beater ups. I want to ask one thing. Did it feel like I spread the spotlight pretty well? Because that's something I always worry about.
Yeah, I think so. Did everybody feel like they had enough to do?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, at points there, I felt like I was kind of taking over too much, and I was trying to give it away, at some points, and yeah, I don't usually play characters that kind of take the lead, but it just kind of flowed into that here.
It was kind of nice to see you like taking the lead, actually, Pat. So I was digging it.
Well, excellent, gentlemen. I appreciate y'all playing. We're kind of ending a little bit earlier, but our next bit would have been more involved. I didn't want to take us something that we would be way over our time. I really appreciate your playing, especially Pat, Charles, y'all hopping in here at the end when I lost people. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Y'all were wonderful. I always love playing with both of y'all. James, it was fantastic to see you again, and I'm glad you're going to be in both of them.
Yeah.
And Rich, as always, it's wonderful to get to play with you, and I'm glad you're at both of them.
Thanks, man. Me too.
And James, I have to say, you're excellent at playing a criminal. That scene with you and the FBI officer in the car was very intense.
Yeah,
thank
that
you.
was rock. That was rock.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
all right, I'm going to end the broadcast, and